with another episode of Local Roots. Hi, I'm Todd Studer on this Thursday. Thank you very much for all of your support and the wonderful well wishes that I've received since starting this program just a little over a week and a half ago. And it's been a lot of fun. And as I said from the very first show, I still don't know what it's going to become. We're just going to keep working with it. It's going to keep evolving. Playing around with a different background today. Yeah, it's AI. It's actually from a Google Chrome update that they made different camera backgrounds possible. So I uploaded a picture that I took from a Hitchcock Nature Center last year, and then kind of blurred it out a little bit. And this is what it came up with, and I think it looks kind of good. And we'll just play around with different ones from time to time. Coming up just very shortly here on the program is a young lady who has started a business. And boy, I am just a huge fan of entrepreneurs. And what it is that she's doing is pretty phenomenal. Her name is Taylor Santana, and she has a business called Bronze and Boujee. And this is a mobile spray tan service. Now, she is originally from Pottawatomie County and makes her home now on an acreage in Mills County. But she's all over Pottawatomie County and, to be honest, across southwest Iowa and into southeast Nebraska with her services. And we're going to talk with her about what it is that she does and also her philosophy on business. And it was a great conversation. And that's going to be coming up in just a little bit. As I've been telling you, we are always looking for guests, and especially I want to talk with nonprofits, maybe service organizations, city officials. You know, we've already talked with the mayor of Minden. We talked with the city administrator and trainer. Anybody along those lines, maybe some school officials that we can get onto the show, because we are trying to highlight and promote everything that's going on around the rural communities in Pottawatomie County. And that's what this show is all about. So if you know of someone, or maybe you yourself would be that person, send me an email, toddstuder@gmail.com, and we'll get you set up to be on the program. I would love to have you on here. And this is how this is going to grow. And then as we are all sharing this program, then who we are and what we do gets out even farther into the world. That's the great thing about social media, is that it can go everywhere. And that's what we want to do, is promote life in small town Iowa. And I'm really thrilled that things have taken off as well as they have with this show, and I'm looking forward to a very, very bright future with it. This is Taylor Santana with, she has a company called Bronze and Boujee, which that's a cool name.
Thank you.
So I want to
Yeah.
find out what does that mean? What is it that you do?
Yeah. First off, Todd, thank you for having me on the
Mhm.
podcast today. I really appreciate it. So Bronze and Boujee is basically just what the name is. So bronze is going to stand for, so I'm a mobile spray tan artist. So that's where the bronze comes in. And bougie is because bougie is just a fun word. And also, I think it's kind of one of those beauty services that bougie clients and bougie people like to do. They like to look good, feel good about themselves. So honestly, anyone that has a tan on, they definitely feel great.
How long have you been in business, Taylor?
Yeah, so I actually started the business officially in August of 2024.
Okay,
And
so it's still pretty new then.
yeah, it's still pretty new. And I officially started taking clients in September of 2024. So, yeah, it's still pretty new, but actually it has taken off kind of like wildfire. I've had a lot of clients in the Southwest Iowa and Southeast Nebraska area that I've been servicing, and it's been going super well.
What do you credit that growth to? I mean, because anytime that you're launching a new business, the biggest thing is, okay, where am I going to find my clients or my customers? And apparently that connection happened fairly quickly. So how did that happen?
It did, yeah. So with the growth, I would say like social media marketing is huge for my business. I definitely tried to communicate to uh, the local town Facebook groups just to let any of those clients in those areas know that I was available and service to their area. And then also, networking has been huge for me with other businesses. I've marketed and networked with boutiques, photographers. Um, let's see. Yeah, this next week there's going to be an announcement of another business I'm networking with. So it's really exciting. But I do want to give a lot of credit. So I am actually, this was a mid-range goal for me. I wanted to first off be mobile, but my mid-range goal was actually to try to end up somewhere at a salon and do tans out of a salon. And actually, one of my ads to the Red Oak local page groups actually caught the eye of the owner of the Rustic Blonde out in Red Oak. So Jana McCunn, she actually reached out to me and she was like, hey, your ad really impressed me and everything. Would you like to come do the tans out of the salon out here? And that was a really big moment for me because number one, she didn't know me from Adam. She kind of took a chance on me being a newer business, and she has helped so much with finding connections out that way. She's referred a lot of clients my way too. So definitely, I am so thankful for Jana out there at the Rustic Blonde. She has been definitely a pillar to my success so far. So I'm so grateful for that.
With that transition, is it going to be just 1 or 2 days a week there, and so you'll still be doing the remote?
Yeah, so actually with tans out at the salon, I'm actually by appointment only. So it's whenever clients need tans out that way.
That makes even more sense.
Yeah, it's so nice. So I'm able to work that flexibility with my mobile tan schedule. So it works really good just to as an as needed basis out there whenever they need them.
This, to me, sounds like a fairly specialized skill. So, where does your
Yes.
background come from this?
Yes, absolutely. So I've always had an interest and a passion with the beauty industry, and I wanted to start my own business in that, but I work full time and everything, so I wasn't necessarily wanting to start over with going to like cosmetology school or anything like that at the moment. So I was actually just doing some research online, actually on YouTube, of how to start your own like beauty business, and I stumbled upon this lady out in California that did mobile spray tanning, and I was super inspired by it, and I was like, I think that's something that I could do too. So I actually found a company out in California that offered training, certification. Also, I was able to get all of my equipment, solution, everything to get started properly. So I jumped on a plane. I flew out to this little town, Rockland, California, just north of Sacramento. And I did my training out there, and it was amazing. I got to do the hands on experience with it too. You can get certified online, but I'm such a hands on learner that it actually worked out perfect to do it that way. And I'm so glad I did because I feel like it has helped me with putting out like great quality tans for clients around our area.
Yeah, this is, to me anyway, this isn't a service that I know a lot of people are doing. So, is there more of a market here? Do you think? Than because I'm guessing probably out in California, there's a lot of people that do this, but
Yes.
here in the Midwest and in Southwest Iowa, it's probably not quite as many.
Absolutely. So, yeah, definitely California. It is huge out there. But around here, that was one of my things with starting a business. I wanted to bring something fresh, new to the area, something that was convenient and something that I haven't heard of others doing yet. So, that was kind of where I wanted to be innovative and kind of have that entrepreneur mindset of let's bring something cool to the area that lots of clients can benefit from. And it's been a new concept for the area for the clients that I've talked to, but they absolutely love it. The convenience of me coming to their home. This is perfect for moms that have like kids and stuff because they don't have to hire a babysitter or anything like that to get their beauty service done. I basically just come to their house and it's super easy for them. And also, I I definitely service the cities, so Omaha and Council Bluffs, but my heart is also in the small rural communities. And I feel like it saves those clients, from driving to the metro a long ways to get a spray tan. So I thought it would just be a great benefit from a lot of different angles to offer that to our area.
How far out do you go? I mean, it's
Oh my
there's
goodness.
obviously there's driving time for you involved with this. So how far will you go?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so I actually cover a pretty wide area. So my service area is Southwest Iowa, Southeast Nebraska. I've been up to Tacoma, Nebraska, Ottawa, Iowa. I was just
Now,
down in
Ottawa's a drive from you.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. And I go even as far south as like Hamburg. I'm going to be in Clarinda next week. As far as Southeast Nebraska, I've been over to like Union, Nebraska, Nebraska City. I want to kind of keep getting my reach further out in Southeast Nebraska. That's an area I really want to grow in and be available for clients out there. But I don't mind windshield time. I actually enjoy driving and everything, and it's fun going to the different little communities. Um, but yeah, I'd say I cover a pretty big radius. So yeah, definitely.
Is this your first go round as an entrepreneur? Is this the first thing that you've stepped out on your own to do?
Yes, it is my first thing ever. Honestly, I'm loving every minute of
Mhm.
it. It is like the entire process, like from day one when I was, setting up my EIN number with the IRS to, you know, to doing
Right.
marketing posts and, uh, buying. I'm constantly always evaluating and improving the business for client experience. So even like those sorts of things, like I'm so passionate about it, and it means so much to me that I'm so glad I started this, and this was an excellent first pick for a business.
So with I think you told me before when we first met about where your home base is, but you're located in Mills County, correct?
Yes, that's correct. So I live just south of Glenwood. I'm in between Glenwood and Tabor, and we live on a little acreage down here. I have like horses, I have dogs, and some barn cats and stuff. But yeah, so that's where I'm like based. But what's cool, of course, with the mobile is I'm able to just basically go wherever. I always joke with everyone, you can almost tan clients just about anywhere. So just wherever you're needed. So
How long of a process is it when you go see someone? How much time do they need to block off and you need to block off in order to be able to do this?
yeah, super good question. I'm glad you brought that up, Todd, because actually my spray tan service is going to be a little bit different than your standard spray tan service. So this is how they do it out in California. So my service is actually considered a luxury service, and most places you go to, they're just going to spray you and get you out the door. Usually it takes about 10-15 minutes for that type of service. For me, my service is about 45 minutes from start to finish with each client. What happens is I actually do an evaluation of their natural skin tone and type, and I'm making sure that I'm spending a little bit of time in the beginning doing a proper evaluation for them, because I have to make sure that I'm putting the right base color on a client's skin so that they get a nice natural result, and also that I choose the correct percentage of DHA, which is actually the agent that is in tanning solution that actually makes you tan. So I'm definitely fielding some of those factors in the beginning for that. And then I do a full skin prep. I do a pH balancing spray, which helps create a nice even canvas for the tan. I also apply all the barrier cream for the client too. So I apply those in areas that we don't want any over processing in. So examples like that are like the palms. They like to grab color. Any dry areas too, like knees, elbows, um, different dry areas of the client's skin. I'm applying that. And then I do the custom spray tan. So that's what's cool about this service is it's fully custom. I literally am writing out the formula of what I use on each client. And I add that to their files so we can always make adjustments for next time if needed, if they want to go lighter or darker. And then at the end, I do some blending. And then I also finish with a little setting powder, which is shimmery, and it helps minimize that tacky, sticky feeling that you get with your skin when you're wearing self tanner or tanning solution while it processes. So it is a full luxury experience. I'm trying to like raise the bar and the standard with spray tanning because I want to like just make it like this full service where ladies and men feel like really pampered and feel like they're getting the most out of their service.
Well, so after all of that, you're probably getting an invitation to Thanksgiving because
Yes,
you've been in the
yes.
house
Oh
for
my
so long.
gosh. Yeah. I
So
definitely get
front,
to know
yeah.
the clients. Yeah, that's for sure.
So typically front to back, how long does a client need to block off in order to use your service?
Yeah, absolutely. So for like a salon appointment, I usually try to block off about 45 minutes for that. Uh, that's when I'm fully set up. Now, when I'm going to a house, especially for the first time, we're trying to figure out place to set up and everything. I would say it takes roughly about an hour for setup, tear down, and then to do the appointment. Um, but, once I have like a regular basis with them and kind of know where I'm supposed to set up and everything, you could honestly gauge probably about 45 minutes for that at that point.
I think that what you're doing by going to your clients is it's a really big service that you're doing because oftentimes when people either maybe they've spent their entire lives in a small community or they have moved there, one of the things they think about is, okay, what am I going to have to give up in order to move to this area? Because you're no longer close. Sometimes you have to go farther to a grocery store or you have to plan further ahead. But by going to your clients, that
Yes.
eliminates that, so they don't. Yeah, that's so I can see why that has been such a huge part of what it is that you do.
Yes. And, in the wintertime too, I feel like it's super convenient. Like, I don't know, you just don't want to get out in the cold and stuff like that and everything. So I think wintertime's really convenient for clients. They don't have to deal with the elements or anything. I can just
Sure.
come to them. So it's really nice.
Where are you originally from, Taylor?
Yeah, so I actually grew up just north of Crescent. And I went to school I graduated from Underwood.
Hmm.
And anyway, so I'm familiar with that area and everything. So that's where I'm from. And I grew up my whole life. I wish I could go up there and visit more. I'm just so busy. So usually it's just holidays when I get up there.
Well, yeah, but still, you're Iowan, and I have found that there's just I can usually tell if
Oh, yeah.
somebody, if somebody's from Iowa. And I'm not saying one place is better than the other, but I am saying that there's kind of a unique thing about people from Iowa, and it doesn't seem to matter what part of the state that you're on. Then I can also tell that's where your passion for Southwest Iowa comes from, because
Yes, for
you
sure.
know, having grown up in the region, it's we almost consider the entire region home as opposed to just one particular little area.
Exactly. Yes, that's for sure.
Where are your future plans for your business? How are you seeing the future for Bronze and Boujee?
Yeah, super good question. So, as I kind of mentioned before, I had my short term, my medium, and long term goals. And actually, for my long term goals, I have my eyes set on possibly opening up a full service tanning salon in Glenwood, actually, or somewhere in that area. And I would like to offer a full UV bed service because I know a lot of clients still like to utilize UV beds. And then I still want to do the spray tans. And also, I've thought about to take that even a step further is possibly get other beauty services in the salon. So it could be like a one stop shop for clients that are in the area. So that's what I'm hoping to work to at some point. We'll see, how it goes and everything, but I think it would be really cool for our area.
I wanted to ask you, as you are a fairly new budding entrepreneur that has seen a lot of success, what advice would you give to someone if they're thinking about starting a new business, or maybe they've had a dream like you have about some type of service industry? What advice would you give as they're thinking about getting going?
Absolutely. So I actually did a little TikTok clip on this the other day, on my little TikTok page. And the advice I would give to anyone that wants to start a business is to actually just do it. So the biggest hurdle with starting a business is to actually just start. It is so easy to get into that realm of what if or what that, and to talk yourself out of that. Find something that you're super passionate about and that just ignites like your passion that's within you. And I think um, once you find that, then pick something that aligns with that. And then, like I said, just get started on it. You don't have to have all of the answers right away. That's also another hurdle I think that might keep others from actually just pulling the trigger on it. So I really think, you know, it the thing about starting a business is you're going to be learning as you go. So that's where that backs up my point of you don't have to have all the answers when you get started, because actually learning and growing is part of the process, and you don't have to have it all figured out from the get-go. So anyways, I'm honestly, anyone that's on the fence, I think they need to just say yes and just do it.
Well, you're saying so many things that I have said myself that,
Yay.
something that I talk about with anybody who wants to start a new podcast. And I've said it on this show. I've said it multiple times over the years, is you got to be willing to suck for a while, and it's
Yeah.
okay.
Hmm.
It's all right. You can't have everything figured out. It's just not possible. And
Exactly.
a lot of things you aren't going to know until the problems arise. It doesn't mean it was poor planning. It just means now you have a learning opportunity. And to
Yes.
hear you say that it's encouraging for me. There's a confirmation thing that we can get by getting around folks that are like-minded and thinking. And you talked about networking. That's huge.
Oh,
It's
big. Yeah.
huge to get around people that are doing some of the same things. It doesn't matter that there's not anyone else in the spray tan industry in these groups that you're in. It actually is
Exactly.
helpful. Yeah, because you can pick up so many things from other entrepreneurs or maybe even big businesses that
Exactly.
you can glean the same types of stuff. So I'm excited for you. I see
Yay.
just a
Thank you.
huge bright future here.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. The other thing I want to mention too is I think this is something that I would say you would probably agree with too, but invest in the best equipment that you can, from the best training, the best equipment to get started. I know sometimes it's easiest to maybe just try to go for the low hanging fruit with that, but actually I think it pays off if you're looking at it from a long-term perspective of, if I have the best equipment, if I have the best of whatever it is that I'm investing in, then your results are going to speak for themselves, and that's going to carry you into that further launch that you're trying to get to.
A very, very good point. It also shows clients or potential clients that you believe in what you're doing. You are willing to invest in what you're doing,
Yes.
and that's a very big thing. Yeah, that setting that aside and investing in all of that, it's going to pay off. And a big part of it too is, do you truly believe in it? And if you do, and it's obvious that you do, then you're going to find a way, and
Oh,
that's what you're
absolutely.
doing. Yeah.
Yes.
It is just
Absolutely.
I'm so glad that you agreed to come on the show today.
Yes. Thank you.
As I said, it's inspiring to me to watch people towards the beginning of their journey, and I still look at what I'm doing still in the beginning. I've still, I've been doing radio for 35 years, and I'm still in the
Oh my
beginning of what it
gosh.
is, what I'm
Yeah.
doing. So, that's and as I said, getting around other people that I I listened to a lot of business podcasts, and one of them was saying that if you are the most accomplished in your peer group, you're in the wrong peer group.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. You need to have people that are ahead of you, and also it's a huge help when you are bringing people along with you, and that's just from
absolutely.
a business standpoint, with all of that. So, again, Taylor, thrilled that you're a part of things, and I'm glad that you are now an entrepreneur in Southwest Iowa,
Thank
and
you.
I'm looking forward to seeing the growth and seeing what happens.
Yay, thank you so much. And, thank you again for, having me come on the podcast and everything, because I'll always remember this. This was my first one, and it's so cool. I just love those little, like, the first. You always remember the first
Oh,
about
sure.
your business, and I'll definitely remember this for, gosh, ever probably. So
If you would like to learn more about what Taylor does, you can go to her website, bronzeandbougieetan.com, and she can tell you all about it. And as I said, I think you know why now, is that I'm a big fan of what it is that she's doing. She's got a wonderful attitude, and I see only bright things ahead for her. And if you yourself have an idea for a business, just like she said, get out there, give it a try, and just start. Just start. And you don't have to have it all figured out before you start. I mean, I don't. The show, as I said, is still evolving and will continue to evolve over the coming months. And, 3 months from now, chances are it's not going to look much like it does right now, but that's okay. There's some things we just can't know until we get into the middle of it and we start to see what works and what doesn't, and where our skill levels are at, and just different things that you, the viewer and listener, would like to be able to see. So again, I'm going to just keep preaching it. ToddStuder@gmail.com. Send me those emails if you have an idea. It could just be a story. Maybe it's a great family story that you would like to be able to share. We can do those kind of things as well. All right, that's going to wrap things up on this Thursday. Thank you so much. We'll be back again tomorrow. My name's Todd Studer. Have a great day.